Have you ever had that feeling that money simply slipped through your fingers? That no matter how much you worked, financial abundance seemed like an increasingly distant dream? I've been there too. In fact, 5 years ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table, staring at a pile of overdue bills, wondering where I had gone wrong. That night changed my life forever. Let me tell you something that might seem surreal at first, but that transformed not just my financial reality, but that of thousands of people who discovered the power behind the words of brilliant scientist and researcher Jacobo Grinberg. That night, after hours of despair, I received a message from an old friend. It was a link to an obscure lecture by Grinberg that he had discovered during his research. "Watch this," the message said. "It will change your life like it changed mine." Skeptical, but desperate for any solution, I clicked the link. The next 2 hours revealed knowledge so profound and transformative that it still gives me chills just remembering. Grinberg, a world-renowned Mexican scientist, had discovered something extraordinary in his research on consciousness and reality. Our words, when aligned with a specific frequency of thought and emotion, have the literal power to reorganize the energy matrix that forms our material reality. Sounds complex? Let me explain it more simply. Imagine the universe is like an infinite ocean of possibilities. Each word we speak is like a stone thrown into this ocean, creating ripples that expand and affect the reality around us. The secret that Grinberg discovered is that certain words, spoken in a specific way and with precise intention, create much more powerful ripples. Ripples capable of attracting financial abundance almost instantly. Maria Elena, a teacher from São Paulo, was one of the first people I met who applied this knowledge. She was drowning in debt after a difficult divorce. Following Grinberg's method, she began to pronounce daily, "I am an open and receptive channel for the infinite abundance of the universe. Money flows to me in unexpected and wonderful ways." In less than 3 weeks, she received an unexpected inheritance from a distant aunt, exactly the amount she needed to pay off her debts and restart her life. But it wasn't an isolated case. Carlos, a small business owner from Recife, was about to close his business due to the economic crisis. After learning about the method, he adapted the words for his situation. "My business is a magnet for clients and prosperity. Financial abundance manifests in my life now and always." In less than a month, a large corporate client found his small business through a casual recommendation, signing a contract that not only saved his company, but transformed it into a prosperous enterprise. What Grinberg discovered, and what I can now confirm through hundreds of cases I've followed, is that there are 3 crucial elements to make this method work. First, the precision of words. It's not just about repeating random positive affirmations. The words need to resonate with a specific frequency that Grinberg identified in his research. Second, the emotional state when pronouncing the words. It's necessary to achieve what he called a quantum coherent state, a state of absolute certainty and alignment with what is being declared. Third, and perhaps most importantly, consistency in practice. The universe responds to persistence and unwavering conviction. I remember when I started applying this knowledge in my own life. At first, it felt strange to speak out loud. I am a magnet for infinite prosperity. Money comes to me in ever-increasing amounts through multiple channels of abundance. But something extraordinary started happening. First, there were small coincidences. An old client who suddenly reappeared, a business opportunity that arose from a casual conversation. Then, the coincidences began to transform into a consistent pattern of prosperity. In 6 months, my income had tripled. In a year, I was living a financial reality that I previously considered impossible. The most fascinating thing is that Grinberg managed to explain scientifically why this works. Through meticulous experiments, he demonstrated that our words create specific patterns of energy that interact with the quantum field around us. When we pronounce certain words with the correct frequency and intention, we literally reorganize the matrix of possibilities around us. Ana Julia, a doctor from Belo Horizonte, initially doubted this scientific explanation. As someone dedicated to traditional medicine, she needed concrete proof. She decided to conduct a controlled experiment for 30 days, documenting every penny that came into her life while practicing the method. The result? A 127% increase in her monthly income through sources she never imagined possible, from speaking engagement invitations to consulting opportunities that simply appeared in her path. But here's the most important part I've learned over the years studying and applying Grinberg's method. Money is just the physical manifestation of something much deeper that happens when we align our words with the correct frequency of the universe. The true power lies in the inner transformation that occurs. When you start speaking to the universe in the right way, your perception of reality changes. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw only obstacles. Your creativity expands. Your confidence increases. And it's this inner transformation that eventually manifests as material abundance. Ricardo, an artist from Rio de Janeiro, discovered this in the most surprising way. He had been practicing Grinberg's words for just 2 weeks when he began having creative insights that revolutionized his art. His paintings started attracting a different type of collector, and in 3 months he sold more works than in the previous 5 years combined. The secret, he told me later, wasn't just the money that came, but how the words changed his way of seeing his own work and value. Now you might be wondering, how can I start? What are exactly the words I should use? The basic formula that Grinberg discovered is surprisingly simple, although powerful. Start with these specific words, pronounced out loud, 3 times a day, preferably at dawn, noon, and before bed. I now invoke and command the infinite abundance of the universe to manifest in my material reality. Money flows to me in ever-increasing amounts through infinite channels and in unexpected and wonderful ways. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am successful in everything I do. But remember, it's not just the words. It's the energy, conviction, and emotional state with which you pronounce them that makes the difference. Patricia, a businesswoman from Curitiba, adapted these words to, "Divine prosperity manifests now in my life through infinite channels. I am a magnet for money, and it comes to me in ever-increasing amounts. I thank in advance for all the abundance that is already flowing in my direction." In 2 months, she closed more contracts than in the entire previous year. What all these stories have in common is a crucial element that Grinberg always emphasized: the need to remain open and receptive after pronouncing the words. Don't worry about how the money will arrive. Your job is to declare the intention with the correct words and maintain a state of positive expectation. I remember when Marcelo, a taxi driver from Salvador, started practicing the method. He didn't just pronounce the words but felt them in every cell of his body. In less than a week, a casual passenger became a regular client who needed regular executive transportation, tripling his monthly income. The science behind Grinberg's method continues to surprise researchers worldwide. Recent studies in quantum physics are beginning to validate what he discovered decades ago. Our words have a vibrational frequency that interacts directly with the field of infinite possibilities that surrounds us. But here's what you need to do right now, Choose a quiet moment today. Find a place where you won't be interrupted. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Pronounce the words I shared, feeling each one resonate in your being. Do this for 21 consecutive days. This is the minimum period that Grinberg identified as necessary to reconfigure the energy field around you. Remember, you're not just speaking words, you're activating a universal code of abundance that already exists within you. The money you desire already exists in the field of infinite possibilities. Your words are the key that opens the door for it to manifest in your reality. And one last piece of advice: keep a journal. Write down not just the words you pronounce, but also the coincidences and opportunities that begin to appear in your life. You'll be surprised to see how the universe responds when you learn to speak its language. Let me share something even deeper that I discovered during my years studying and applying Grinberg's method. Something that is rarely discussed, but that can make all the difference in your journey to prosperity. I met Louisa at one of my workshops in Florianopolis. She arrived skeptical, arms crossed, suspicious look. As an executive of a multinational company, she was used to dealing with numbers, spreadsheets, and projections. The idea that words could alter her financial reality seemed like pure fantasy to her. But Louisa had a secret she was on, the verge of personal bankruptcy. Despite the high position and considerable salary, years of misguided financial decisions had left her in a desperate situation. She was living proof that earning well doesn't necessarily mean prosperity. On the second day of the workshop, something extraordinary happened. During one of the power word pronunciation exercises, Louisa began to cry. They weren't tears of sadness, but of deep realization. For the first time, she felt what Grinberg called quantum resonance, that precise moment when your words find the exact frequency of the universal field of abundance. It was as if every cell in my body vibrated in tune with the words, she told me later. I wasn't just talking about prosperity, I was becoming prosperity. In the following 3 months, Louisa not only restructured all her debts, but also received an unexpected proposal to lead the company's international expansion, with a 70% salary increase and stock bonuses. But here's what really made the difference. Louisa discovered what I call Grinberg's amplification protocol, an advanced technique he developed in his last years of research. The protocol involves 3 layers of manifestation. The first layer is spoken words, which we've discussed extensively. But Grinberg discovered that when we combine these words with active visualization and specific body movement, we create a 3-dimensional resonance field that exponentially amplifies the power of manifestation. Fernando, a real estate agent from Manaus, was one of the first to experience this expanded protocol. In addition to pronouncing the power words, he began visualizing golden energy flowing through his body, while making circular movements with his hands, creating what Grinberg called the vortex of abundance. In just 1 week, he closed the biggest sale of his career, a luxury condominium that had been on the market for over 2 years. The most interesting part? The buyer said he felt an inexplicable energy when Fernando presented the property. This is the part that many don't understand about Grinberg's work. It's not just about financial manifestation, but a complete reconfiguration of your energy field. When you align words, visualization, and body movement, you create what he called the energetic signature of prosperity. Renata, a holistic therapist from Recife, adapted the protocol for her daily practice. Every morning, before sunrise, she would position herself facing east and begin with the power words. I am an infinite channel of prosperity and abundance. Through me, the universe's blessings flow freely. While pronouncing these words, she would visualize a golden light descending from the sky and filling her body, and make gentle circular movements with her arms, as if literally pulling abundance from the universe into her reality. In 2 months, her client waiting list was so long that she needed to hire 2 assistants. But the most surprising thing was how her clients began to prosper too, as if she had become a true channel of abundance for everyone around her. Grinberg called this the prosperity cascade effect. When you elevate your vibrational frequency through the complete protocol, you naturally elevate the frequency of those around you. Another crucial aspect I discovered is the importance of what Grinberg called cosmic alignment moments. There are certain times of day when the energy field is more receptive to our declarations of prosperity. The first is what he called the golden hour, the first 20 minutes after sunrise when the quantum field is most malleable. The second is the abundance portal, the 40 minutes before sunset, when the frequencies of day and night meet in perfect balance. Guilherme, a young entrepreneur from Porto Alegre, began synchronizing his declarations with these specific moments. He created a ritual where, during the golden hour, he would go up to his apartment's terrace and perform the complete protocol: words, visualization, and movement. In less than 3 months, his technology startup, which had been stagnant for a year, received 3 investment proposals. The investor he chose later revealed that he felt an inexplicable connection with the project as soon as he met Guilherme. But perhaps the most extraordinary case I witnessed was that of Dona Francisca, a 78-year-old lady from a small town in the interior of Minas Gerais. She had no formal education and could barely read, but perfectly understood the essence of Grinberg's method. Every morning, she would sit on her porch during the golden hour and with touching simplicity declare, "Money comes to me like butterflies come to my flowers." It's natural, it's easy, it's abundant. She complemented her words by visualizing gold coins falling like rain over her garden and made gentle movements with her hands as if watering invisible prosperity flowers. In less than a month, her son, who had emigrated to Japan 20 years ago and with whom she had lost contact, found her through a social network. He had become a successful businessman and, upon reconnecting with his mother, not only began helping her financially, but also invested in the local community, creating jobs and opportunities. What all these stories teach us is that Grinberg's method transcends formal education, social origin, or age. It's universal knowledge that resonates with the very essence of creation. When you understand that your words are literally instructions for the quantum field, that your visualization is the blueprint of manifestation, and that your body movements are the physical activation of this frequency, you become not just a manifester of abundance, but a true maestro of reality. And here's the final invitation. Why not start right now? The universe knows no past or future. It responds to the power of now. Your words, aligned with your visualization and movement, are the keys to a new reality of unlimited prosperity. The moment is now. The power is yours, and the universe is eagerly waiting to respond to your command.